I'm going to click us to this ACH activity screen. So the activity and the history screen are going to be two separate things now. Currently, they are all on one. So you can see anything that's pending, recurring, etc., along with your history. Now they are going to be two separate things. Your pending batches and scheduled batches, you'll see on that screen that we saw. You can see this is the one that I just showed as that one-time ACH batch. It's hanging out here still as a pending batch. Nobody has gone in to approve or reject it yet. So it's still hanging out there as my pending. I don't have any scheduled yet or recurring set up right now. They would show right here if they did. Or if I did. Sorry, I see a couple more questions, so I'm just going to double check. When making vendor payments, can you add an invoice number in the template? You can do that. I believe I'm going to go back to the templates here. You can do that, or I guess, sorry, this is a rent payment. I'm going to go into my Frosty, the snowman one here. That is where you can put some of that discretionary data, or you can put it in, I think, in the addenda, you can add the invoice number there, or under the unique identifier on the actual participant, you can put your invoice number there. I'm going to go back to, or I'm going to go ahead and go to the ACH history tab now. So this ACH history tab is where you're going to see any history, file history out there. You can see this is different than what we currently have because there is no way to actually fully click into that file to use it. However, you can view it. So that's where those one-time payments that we had set up, you cannot reuse that information. You can export the information as a CSV and then use that CSV to create a new template or a new one-time payment, but you can't actually click into the specific. So yeah, that's basically going to be the history there. It's just going to have all of those files that have either processed or you can control that was then rejected. This one we canceled. So that was, I clicked that garbage can. So you can see if anything has been approved, denied, processed, rejected, etc. from the history screen. This import file, this is not what you think it is. So this is not where you go to import your ACH files if you currently process that way. This import file is specific to importing as I've mentioned, we can add participants as an import or create a template as an import. This is where you go for that, not to actually process. So if I click on that, you can see here is where I import the participants, or here's where I would import a file to create a template out of the file. I know that's confusing. So if you have any questions about that, just let me know. I'm happy to help. You do have to map the system to read your file. Again, it can be a little bit of a process, but it does give you step-by-step directions, or if you forget something, it will tell you, hey, this needs to be fixed. I've played around with it just a little bit, but I'm more than happy, again, if you want to use this feature to have those conversations with you when we go live and you have access to get in there and start doing that. I'm more than happy to meet with you to help walk through that. Where you do go if you are importing your actual ACH batch file is you go to this ACH batch import pass-through. So you click on that. You browse your file. You can see I did some testing earlier this week, and that's where I imported those files. But the nice thing here is you can override past effective dates. So if you are reusing the same file and you manually update the date that you want it to hit, you don't necessarily have to do that. You can click this box, select the date here that you want it to be effective, and then you choose your file. It pulled it in for me and then hit upload. Now, I don't know why because it already exists. So maybe I need to go out here, delete this. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to try that again. We're going to go choose file. I'm going to click that. And then click upload. And perfect. This shows that my file was uploaded. However, I see here that it was imported with errors. So there's something in there that I need to fix before it can actually be initiated. So if I scroll down here, it shows me my imported ACH batches with errors. It's got that nice little warning symbol to the side here. I click on this pencil tool to edit, and it tells me that my effective date is no longer effective, so I need to change that. And then also my company was not found. And I think that's because I forgot to update that effective date on that main screen. But basically what this means is I just need to change this, or I need to add my company in there. I missed what business it was coming out of. So if I have multiple businesses, I might have multiple options from here. I just have Chimney Delivery Services. We just deliver gifts on Christmas. So I click that Chimney Delivery and it fills it in. And then I can click save and close. And then it changed my effective date already on that to 5/11. So then I can click this box here and initiate, and it will send it out. I can also click that to delete the file if I needed to. But again, if I click that initiate, I'm going to get that same message. I'll click initiate again and have the same screen as earlier will pop up. So then on this screen, I'll see my imported with ACH, and then I can also see any previously imported files. So you can see this one was one that I did on, oh, that's still showing today. This is today's, sorry. That's the one I did today. And then I've got one that I did on the 1st that is out here under my history.